From Nice Garage, working on my 2016 CRV. This is next installation of the sound system install. This is a daily driver for me. I use it for work, so I didn't want something crazy or taking up a lot of room. But what I wanted to show you was what I did. So I ended up having to get a new battery a couple weeks ago. That's beside the point. I don't know if the stereo killed it or the fact that it was 3 years old, and they don't warranty it for very long on these Hondas. But ran an 8-gauge power wire. I decided to run it through the engine bay, zip tying it, and run it through the passenger side, through the firewall. Drilled a hole behind the wheel well so it won't get any weather back there. And I didn't like all this stuff right here on the driver's side, and so I decided to run it down the passenger side. Now, to each his own. For me, it was easier. I like the install better. So 8-gauge power wire, nothing fancy. You come inside, it comes down from underneath the dash, hides all down beside the trim. You can't see any of it anywhere. It didn't take long, the trim just pops up. And it comes back and to where the seats fold, and it comes up to this amp. Now, this is the part that I wanted to let everybody know. I got this amp, and I wasn't, I used to be into car audio a long time ago. Again, I wasn't looking for a lot of power or a lot of sound, maybe not even so much quality, just a little bit of bass. And I actually got more than I thought I would. So I picked this amp up. You can see it's a GM D8601. It's a mono amp. It says it's rated for a 1 ohm load. I know there's a couple guys on YouTube that have done tests on this amp, and I don't, a test isn't a long-term solution, but it does give you an idea that the amp is going to produce power, and it does. And I'm surprised by that, actually, because it was like maybe 120 bucks on Amazon. And then I picked up this guy here. Actually, I've had this for about 3 years. I had this combo for about 3 years. It was for my pickup truck. It was in the truck, but I never hooked it up. So this is a 10-inch shallow sub. Part number is TSSWX2502. I think, if I'm not mistaken, here, I have a box here. This bull crap. But I think it'll handle something like 300-400 watts. I just ordered another one. In fact, I was so impressed by this sub that I ordered a second one. I want to put one back in my truck, and for the time being, what I'm going to do is, because this is a 4 ohm sub and this is a 4 ohm sub, I'm going to bridge them together and run that amp at 2 ohm. I mean, if it's rated for 1 ohm, it'll handle 2. So the amp does come with the only thing I haven't done yet was run this. It comes with a little bit of a volume control, if you want to call it that, or gain. I'm not even sure what they call it, to be honest with you. Has like a old 4-pin or 6-pin, like old RJ11 jack for phone line. Eventually I'm going to mount that up under the dash. I wasn't going to use it at first, but then I realized the amp needed it. I didn't play with it enough. I could have probably turned the gains up maybe and not needed it, but I'm going to run the wire anyway. So that's pretty much it. I can't film and show right now what it sounds like, and the phone wouldn't really give you a good idea what it's going to sound like anyway. But I mounted this to the back of the seat. I can also pull this across, so you don't, when the hatch is closed, you don't even know what's in here. Not that that really matters. If somebody was going to break in here and steal this for $200 worth of stereo equipment, I'd probably give it to them. In fact, this, like I said, I think the amp was around 120 Amazon. This box, I think when I first bought it 3 years ago, it was somewhere around 90. And then when I looked about a week ago, and I bought this one, it was like 105 or so. It didn't even go up much. But I happened to look on there again the other day, and it was back down in the 90s again. So it may have been some sort of a Black Friday deal. I don't know. But it doesn't take up a lot of space. Like I said, I use this vehicle for work, so I keep a couple milk crates back here full of parts. for my job. So I needed something small. Didn't really care if it rattled the windows or the neighbors heard it, but it definitely for a guy that's like kind of deaf from all this over the years, it's it's way more impressive than I thought it would be for under $100. So I recommend that, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please ask. Please subscribe to my channel. I like doing these videos. I want to do a lot more. So the next step is, which I haven't done yet, is changing all the door speakers. I did buy them, and I just haven't had time. Been super busy. So I've got to pull the door panels off and put all the highs in. In fact, I haven't even finished the radio install because I'm going to add the Sirius tuner out of my truck to it. And I'm going to reflash the iDataLink module. I highly recommend you kind of planning what you're going to do with the steering wheel controls, because you have to flash it with the steering wheel controls. And what I didn't do was plan that out correctly. And now that I've driven the car a couple thousand miles since I did the install, I have an idea of what I want the steering wheel controls to do. So that's why I haven't finished the dash yet, and I got to put the Sirius antenna and receiver in. But again, guys, it's the end of the video. If anybody has any questions or comments, please ask. Thanks for watching.